All right, it's 45, and look, let's just face it. I approve this message because it's true, not a parody.
When you think about the Joe Biden you saw in the debate, ask yourself a question. Do you think the guy who was defeated by the stairs, got taken down by his bike, lost a fight with his jacket, and regularly gets lost, makes it 4 more years in the White House? And you know who's waiting behind him, right? Vote Joe Biden today and Kamala Harris tomorrow.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And now, live from Times Square, the best thing on all of television, That Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps,
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Vostradamus.
Of course, That Kevin Show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be That Donald Show. But we don't have that, so we have That Kevin Show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. And tonight, America Now, America First. Mark Lauder joins us. Fighting the fight for women everywhere, Christine Serrano-Glassi. Sketch comedy from Penn Holderness and the Babylon Bee, and Gracie Abrams and Taylor Swift in the Spotlight. And now, live from Times Square, where a lonely late-night TV host wonders why his boss suggested he should replace that guy running for president. Here's the Kevin!
David, we appreciate your help as always. I don't even know how you found out about that, by the way. That's disturbing. Yeah, it was in the aftermath of our really incredible coverage on the Salem News Channel of the debate. If you have not gotten Salem News Channel for your household, you need to, because, well, we set an all-time record for our own viewership. And the nice thing about streamers now is that you know exactly how many people are watching. So we had like a 2,000% increase in audience on the night of the debate. And I'm sure it was part of my, brilliant commentary that was breaking it all down that made that happen. But I got the strangest, I think it was a compliment from my boss. And I'm not talking about Mr. Hastings, because he's the direct boss. He's the one that says, hey, put more makeup on before you go on camera. But Mr. Pahigian, the big boss, the general manager, he sends me this note and he says, hey, K-Mac. He likes to call me K-Mac. He says, hey, K-Mac, nice job on the debate. Appreciate you, all the effort that you went to and so forth. And I thought we did a great job. I had great guests. It was really stellar. In fact, if you want to go rewatch the hour, because it was the kind of thing you'd want to write down and go see on purpose. You can go over to snc.tv and look under the specials, and then look under if you get under the long list of all the specials, and way down at the very bottom of the list, right there at the very bottom, it says special coverage with Kevin McCullough, and then you can click on that and see it. There's a lot of other special coverage you can see there too, but you go all the way down to the very, very, very bottom, because we were on at midnight. Then you see the special coverage with Kevin McCullough, and it's there, and it'll change your life, I promise. Anyway, he said something very odd. He said, thank you for doing the coverage. You looked better than normal, which, look, at my age and stage of life, if anybody says anything positive, I just take it as a win. So I don't know what normal looks like, but if he said I looked better than normal, like maybe my cue ball wasn't as shiny as it normally is or whatever. I did have a makeup girl. They splurged for the makeup girl for the election coverage night. So I had like all the powder on the cue ball, so it wasn't as shiny in the light. Anyway, And he said, you looked good, sounded good, blah, 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 better than normal. I said, okay, thank you. And then he said the strangest thing, as if all of that wasn't strange. He said the strangest thing. He says, I hope they don't recruit you to run in place of Biden. And I thought, wow, are they that desperate? I mean, because if you're a normal Democratic voter, you're not going to look at KMC and say that I believe in anything that you want. But I'm almost wondering, and I'm just kind of spitballing here, just throwing it out there. I'm almost wondering if literally anybody could run in his place and do better than what we saw on Thursday. Because what I didn't see was President Trump having to even break a sweat. Like, I almost think he was a little bit bored by the debate. Like, it was so easy. He was so comfortable in his skin. It just so rolled off of him. Like, there was nothing to it. Like, the big guy was like, debate this schmate. I got this, man. And he did. He didn't raise his voice. He said everything that he wanted to say. He got some points across big time. Joe Biden kept falling into a series of untruths over and over again. And as he was doing that, there was this, this panic that evidently started to set in across the Democratic universe. Because when it was over, Joy Reid came to the MSNBC camera and she said, my phone didn't stop buzzing. And she had like this look like a deer in the headlights that was like literally about to just like die. And you're like, what's wrong with Joy Reid? She goes, no, my phone did not stop buzzing. It was that bad. Operatives from all over the party were like, this is bad. And then over on CNN, they had Van Jones doing the same thing. He's like, oh, well, I think he needs to get out and blah, blah, blah. And you know what's really weird is that on Friday, Barack Obama posted on his Twitter feed, or X or whatever you call it now. He posts on the feed and says, everyone has a bad debate night every now and then, but this race is still fundamentally between someone who loves his country and wants to help people and someone who doesn't love his country and doesn't want to help people. I'm grossly simplifying his very long paragraph statement, but that was what he said. Someone who loves his country and wants to help his country and someone who doesn't love his country and doesn't want to help his country. And I got a note from Dr. Gina. She texted me and put the link in there. She goes, he just endorsed Trump. And I said, where's the lie? I can't find the lies. He's telling the truth. So having said all of that, why my boss would have thought that I would have wanted to step in for Biden when they toss him aside like wreckage upon the rocks, and they're going to have to. There's no way that man can last another 4 weeks, much less another 4 years. I mean, it was bad. And when I was speaking with Bethany Mandel about it over the Friday broadcast, she said, Kev, because my assumption was they didn't give him his happy juice that they gave him for the State of the Union. Remember when he did State of the Union? He was like, and it was like he had so much energy, he didn't know what to do with it. And he just like kind of came out of the TV screen at you. And you're like, why is he yelling at me? I don't even know who I am. But there was none of that last night. And I thought, oh, they didn't give him the happy juice. Bethany Mandel told me she thinks that they gave him the juice, and for the first time since they've been giving him the juice, it didn't work. And you saw, like, how he looked down and then would just get frozen, and then he would look up again, and he'd look down. Or the moderators were to his slight right in the center of the room, and Trump was all the way to his right, and Biden kept turning to his left to try to argue to somebody about what he was taught. He was always over to the left, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with that. It made me very uncomfortable just to watch it all happen. It was very, very creepy and very, very hurtful. It scared me. It caused me a little bit of panic. Anyway, we've got a big show tonight. Mark Lauder's here. We're going to talk about where the campaign goes from here. We're going to talk with Christine Serrano-Glassner in the second hour, kind of the same topic, and what role women are going to play in the election. That should be a lot of fun. Got some sketch comedy tonight from Penn Holderness and the Babylon Bee comedy troupe. And before we're done, the hottest musician in the country, Gracie Abrams, is here. She's got a new single, and a little bit later on, she's got a new song with Taylor Swift, and we've got both of those for you tonight. You don't want to miss this. This is the power-packed pre-July 4th edition of That Kevin Show, which you should have already had on your schedule anyways, but if you haven't, make sure you do, because now more powerful than ever. Go to thatkevinshow.com to see all the archives. Go to thatkevinstore.com to buy your snazzy coffee mug, and we're giving one of those away in the second hour if you've not registered to win. thatkevinshow@gmail.com. Send us your name, choice of mug, and mailing address. Your chance to win every week between now and the end of the year. Kevin McCullough coming right back from Times Square. Don't change that dial.